Every man's heart one day beats its final beat. And if what that man did in his life makes the blood pulse through the body of others, then his essence, his spirit, will be immortalized forever.
Listen to me, you're never heard from again.
I'm running from the past and I can't change the hands of time. There's no more turning back, cause I know I'm gonna make you mine. I'm running.
Just when they think they got the answers, I change the question.
Welcome to Clubhouse Dance Music Top 10 Countdown. Top 10 Countdown with your host, CPR Jose Ortiz.
It's CPR with you. This is a very special edition of CPR's Countdown, the top 10 freestyle artists of the decade. And this is the male category. And what we did was we went back and we looked at the record books, the Clubhouse Dance Music, CPR's Clubhouse countdowns, record books, releases, and overall influence for the last 10 years. And we came up with the top 10 male freestyle artists of the decade. And how funny it is that I just spoke to number 10 a few minutes ago via text. And they have a brand new album coming out for 2020. I can't wait. I got a copy of it, but I can't play it, which is unfortunate because there are some really good tracks on there. I'm speaking of the most controversial freestyle artist of 2019, the king of freestyle, Stevie B. He's been steadily releasing material every year for the last decade. In 2010 and 2011, released albums with his greatest hits, resung. And on 2012, he heard a song from a local artist here in Massachusetts. It was a song taken from CPR's Clubhouse, Freestyle Madness The Elite. It was called One Last Wish, sung by Julio Mena. And this man took to that song, remade that song as a duo with Julio, and released it as well. But also Stevie B put out 2 albums in 2015, this time. And The Terminator with that great song, A Different Kind of Love, that everybody loves. One of my favorite Stevie B songs. And of course, Never Gonna Let You Go, the album released in 2017. And You're Gonna Be Mine, the single, released in 2018. But in 2019, he topped it all by going on social media and just letting freestyle have it on the quality of the tracks that are being released in freestyle. Most of the stuff that was coming from other parts of the country. But he had a great year. He's had a great decade. And at number 10 on the top 10 male artists of the decade, we have the king himself, Mr. Stevie B, has a brand new album with a duet with Jenny Renee, which also shows that he's willing to work with new artists and mold them and help them and, keep the music going. Once again, in CPR's top 10 male freestyle artists of the decade, here's number 10. It's Stevie B, and this one is One Last Wish, featuring Julio Mena as we jam freestyle in New England and now the world.
I woke up this morning and I trying to figure out how the hell I'ma tell you. The doc says I'm dying. I don't have much time to live in this place. Baby, don't cry. Dry your eyes. We'll be strong to the very end. When I'm gone, I want you to carry on. And my last wish is for me to die in your arms. Take care of my babies. Be the best mom you can be. I know you can do this, girl. When it comes time, I know you'll do fine. This is my last wish. Keep my love inside your heart and never let go. I promise you when I leave here that you'll never be alone. Girl, in spirit, when I'm in heaven, I'll be looking down on you, saying I'm proud. Look at her, she's been strong to the very end. When I'm gone, I want you to carry on. And my last wish is for me to die in your arms. Take care of my baby. Be the best mom you can be. I know you can do this, girl. When it comes time,
Number 10.
when it comes time. Oh, oh. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. When I'm gone, I want you to carry on. And my last wish is for me to die in your arms. Take care of my baby. Be the best mom you can be. I know you can do this, girl. When it comes time, I know you'll be fine. This is my last wish.
It's the top 10 male freestyle artists of the decade. At number 10 is the King Stevie B. That was One Last Wish featuring Julio Mena. And right now is a duo with Frankie J. It's called The Body Rock on the top 10 male freestyle artists of the decade.
Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Gotta let the body rock. I've been waiting, looking for the weekend to come. Situated, dressed up and I'm ready to run. Call my boys up, see who's ready to hit the club. I've been working, now it's time to have me some fun. The floor is packed, the party's jumping. So many girls and they're all looking fine. The night is young and I'm feeling lucky. Oh yeah, I gotta let the body rock. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Gotta let the body rock. Vibe is crazy. I don't want the music to stop. DJ's playing, Everything on top of the charts. People dancing, singing from the top of their lungs. Don't care who's watching, they can't stop the body rock. The floor is packed, the party's jumping. So many girls, they're all looking so fine. The night is young, and I'm feeling lucky. Oh yeah, I gotta make your body rock. Don't stop.
Episodic freestyle podcast. In all the freestyle, we are counting down the top 10 male freestyle artists of the decade. Number 10, the King, Stevie B. In the background is Frankie J featuring Stevie B. Number 10.
Gotta let the body bounce.
As we continue on here on Clubhouse Dance Music and the countdown, number 9, it's a guy very near and dear to me because I put him through hell and he came out better for it, I guess, right? That's what he says. That's what he says. I'm speaking of Alex Zuniga, Latin Nation, who had a great decade, and I have to give him his due. From 2010 to 2020, Alex Zuniga, Latin Nation, has helped countless artists by featuring them on his compilation, Hidden Gems, A Class of Our Own, Volumes 1, 2, and 3. He also released his album in the last 10 years. As a matter of fact, the album came out a few years back. Also, he's been very influential on trying to assist others in furthering their career. And I have to give his due to Alex Zuniga, Latin Nation, giving a platform to artists who he gathers and presents their talent. How could we forget songs like The Promise by Rolando Montalvo? How can we forget songs like Everything and Better Than Me? Some of my favorite songs that I have to go ahead and, eat my words because he went out there and put on some great material. And right now, we're going to continue on with Better Than Me, one of my favorite songs from Alex Zuniga, Latin Nation, on the top 10 male freestyle artists of the decade. Here's number 9. It's Alex Zuniga, Latin Nation, Better Than Me. Alex Zuniga, Latin Nation, Better Than Me. Number 9 on the top 10 Male Freestyle Artists of the decade. Congratulations going out to him. Here's another song that he surprised me with. Top quality stuff from Alex Zuniga, Latin Nation. This is Everything.
Number 9.
Let me take you there. Let me hold you tight. Show you things that are running through my mind. Take you to a place just for you and me. Honestly, respectfully, would you give me your love, your heart, your touch? Give me your everything. Give me your everything.
It's CPR's top 10 male freestyle artists of the decade. Number 10, the King, Stevie B. Number 9, Alex Zuniga, Latin Nation. Here's number 8, is the Melody Monster, Julio Mena. In 2011, he returned with G.A. George Anthony after saying he was not going to do freestyle any longer, and then he ended up on various independent record labels like Micmac Records, also on the compilation with Todd Terry, and just recently signed with Cutting Records. At number 8 on the top 10 male artists of the decade, it's Julio Mena, number 8.
The way I feel inside, my heart is burning and I can't deny. I
CPR's Countdown, the top 10 male freestyle artists of the decade. At number 8 is the Melody Monster, Julio Mena, with collaborations with George Anthony, Stevie B, also on Micmac Records, collaborations with Terror Squad, and also reintroducing the world to Mark Ballon and Diddle D, securing that number 8 spot on the top 10 male freestyle artists of the decade. And who can forget Intoxicated Video, one of my favorites. In CPR's top 10 male freestyle artists of the decade, you can catch the CPR's Clubhouse podcast, available on iTunes, Google, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio. Get links at cprsmusic.com. Right now, here's number 7 on the top 10 male freestyle artists of the decade. It's George Lamond, and this is A Cry for Love 2018.
Number 7.
Destiny, I could see it in your eyes. The dream that was meant to be has turned into a lie. You said that you'd be there for me and that your love was true, but you just didn't care for me the way I care for you. I got to know the reason why you had to go, but I'll keep on believing. I've got to let you know. Fantasy, the way you made me feel. I got to know the reason why you had to go, but I'll keep on believing. I've got to let you know. I just can't believe this love is dying. I cry for love. Girl, listen to my heart and hear my cries. I cry for
Number 7.
lied. You kissed and told me lies. You hurt me each and every day. I waited through the night, lying to myself. Why did it have to be this way? Yeah, yeah. Just sing it one more time, my man. Thought that when you came along, my life was about to change. Still I saw that I was wrong. My life was rearranged. Now I wonder why you just pushed my love aside. Threw me in the gutter and you left me there tonight. Bad of the heart. Come on. You never wanted to start. Yeah, yeah. Oh, bad of the heart. Yo, you tell me that you're mine. You didn't really want me, baby. You never really needed me. Yeah, yeah. 'Cause you just bad of the heart. All right, we're gonna have some fun. Yo, Frankie, let's have some fun. Straight up, let's give him some East Coast love. East Coast. Frank. Let me hear you say bad of the heart. 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 'Cause you know you bad, 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 bad. Bad, 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 bad. Bad, 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 bad. Bad of the heart. Bad of the heart. Bad of the one more time. Let's take it to the hook. 1, 2. Bad of the heart. You didn't really want me, baby. You never really needed me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 'Cause you know you're bad of the heart. You didn't really want me, baby. You never really needed me. Yeah, 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 yeah. 'Cause you're just bad of the heart. 'Cause you're just bad of the heart. 'Cause you're just bad of the heart. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nah, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Frankie J. Joyce Lamont.
And CPR with you. We are counting down the top 10 male freestyle artists of the decade, the male category. And that was George Lamont taking you back to 2016, the 25th anniversary of Bad of the Heart. The concert was live with Frankie J, G.A., George Anthony, Joey Kidd. It was amazing, and that was a part of the performance. In the studios, we have, of course, our brand new co-host of Clubhouse Dance Music, Miss Cheryl Rodriguez. We're going to be discussing the top 10 male freestyle artists of the decade. Now, you do get the concept of the top 10 male freestyle artists of the decade.
I do.
What kind of questions would you have if you were a listener of the show right now?
What would qualify them to be where they are?
The work that they put in the last 10 years, from 2010 to 2020, and they continue on. So when I look back, I look at Stevie B's releases. Stevie B landed at number 10. He's been releasing music for 10 years constantly.
Yep.
And so I saw that not only did he turn social media upside down in 2019, but he did a remix of Spring Love with Pitbull, released it in early 2013. He also released 3 albums: Never Gonna Let You Go 2017, The Terminator 2015, This Time 2014, with new freestyle content. He also took Julio Mena under his wing and redid his song One Last Wish. And he continues on evolving. Recently, he started working with Jay Allams and Jenny Renee. They're coming out with a brand new album for 2020. So he secured that number 10 spot. At number 9, Alex Zuniga, Latin Nation, who crawled and fought for that number 9 spot. He's the only new school freestyle artist who has been trying harder and harder every year to break through. And I'm the one that has given him the hardest time, and he's been here live with me. But when I think back to 2010 to 2020, who put in a lot of work, Alex Zuniga, Latin Nation is right up there.
Absolutely.
He also gave platforms for people to be discovered as well. And again, we talked about The Promise by Rolando Montalvo, who was it was an excellent choice of a remake. But not only that, but Alex tried to improve his vocals. He tried to improve his stage presentation, and he had a lot of releases throughout the decade of 10 years. Alex the Latin Nation released 3 compilations, Hidden Gems Volume 1 in 2013 with a bunch of artists. In 2016, he did Volume 2. In 2018, Volume 3. His album, I'm Not Alone, back in 2016.
Great album.
Who can forget Better Than Me and Everything? So he secured his spot. Now, the next person, number 8, Julio Mena. Now, Julio, I started promoting him before the decade started in 2009. And he was like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. And in 2010, he had stepped back a little bit because he had released a lot of underground tracks that were not released fully. But then he just got this fire lit under him with George Anthony. They released a song called You Are. And then in 2013, he joined his brother on NSR Recordings and On the Highway. And then he just exploded. He started doing duets with people like Jill Terrell and My Number One, doing production for Jennifer Jimenez. He ended up on Micmac Records, then ended up on Todd Terry's label, then ended up on Cutting Records. So he's been just hustling to get to where he needs to be. Not only that, but he also introduced us to Diddle D again and Mark Milan. And so I think that the Melody Monster himself, Julio Mena, and you can see him. He's on the radio right now somewhere in Florida doing an AM station.
Oh, yeah.
Always. And he's always everywhere. So, again, another artist, no matter how you may feel about him, I know I have my opinion and he has his opinions about me. We can't negate the fact that for the last 10 years, he's been putting in some work.
Absolutely.
So, we get to, of course, George Lamond, who celebrated 25 years of Battle the Heart, kept his roots in freestyle. He did a duet with Frankie J. He did the live version of Battle the Heart and celebrated 25 years of freestyle at his live concert. After that, he started re-releasing, re-recording, re-singing some of his catalogs that were not available to the community, like Where Does That Leave Love? So he did 2.0. He did A Cry for Love, a remake of Jason Told Me for a second time. Had Jay Adams help him with that one. And, of course, the smash hit, the song that people are still playing to this day, 2019's Now That It's Over with George Anthony. But not only that, he has his own talk show. It's called The Talk, and he has a lot of the old school artists like Lisa and a host of others coming on the show. Tony Moran was on there, and now it's available on YouTube. So now he's expanding that brand. So for the last 10 years, George Lamond has been putting in a lot of work. So those right now, number 10, Stevie B. Number 9, Alex Zuniga, Latin Nation. Number 8, Julio Mena. And number 7, George Lamond. So, let me personalize this for a second and talk about the next person that we have on the top 10 male freestyle artists of the decade. This man is like my brother, and I have to give him his due as well. He came back to freestyle or went solo after being inspired by people like Willie Valentine and Artie Rodriguez. And he came out with a song called Loving You. And for some reason at that time, freestyle was not releasing a lot of music. So he got the attention that he deserved because he had been putting in work many years prior to the last decade. He's been putting in work for over 20 years. And we're talking about Angel Mena. And so Angel Mena created the NSR Music Group, the New School Royalty Group. He invited his brother. He invited new artists to also be featured. He was the number 1 song in 2011 with Loving You. One of my favorite tracks that he did was I Hate You. And people quote that I read today by DJ Al Ibarra. He stated that Angel Mena doesn't write love songs, he writes life songs. Aww. Which is really cool.
That's really, it is. Absolutely.
Because he is the most personal artist that I ever met. I compare him to a lot of freestyle artists want to make the Avengers. And he's okay making that independent movie. You know what I mean? And he's had tons of releases. NSR volumes 1 through 4. I believe there's 5 volumes. NSR volumes 1 through 5, but I could only find the first 3 digitally, right? A lot of singles that he released. He released Loving You, I Hate You, Breakaway in 2015, 2018, The Devil in Me. He just recently released his brand new song, Broken Love. He's inspired again to go out and start promoting himself as he should and doing shows. And he's really cemented his spot in freestyle as of 2020. So congratulations and hard work to Angel Mena. And right now we're going to play some of his best songs. As a matter of fact, I'm going to start with this one here. It's called I Hate You. And let me tell you, when I heard this song, it became the anthem for me. Mm-hmm. Right now, the top 10 male freestyle artists of the decade. Here's number 6 is Mr. New School Royalty himself. It's Angel Mena, and this is I Hate You. All you have to do is listen to the words as we jam freestyle in New England and now the world.
Number 6.
I should have never come today. I should have stayed away. Now I'm here surrounded by all this pain. Why couldn't you tell me? Why did you have to lie to me? I didn't know tonight would be goodbye. How could you do this to us? Girl, tell me why. I should have known when I said I loved you when you stayed shut. I should have known that. You were never worth time wasted. Never imagined that this would be you. This is crazy. You won't break me. Somehow I find someone who won't be like you. The chill I feel tonight, now that I finally see your lies. I never thought that things would end this way. But love is never kind, even though it felt so right. It has me here preparing my last goodbye. How could you do this to us? Girl, tell me, just tell me. Girl, you can keep the pain. All I wanted was to feel your love. It was you, I was wrong. You were never worth time wasted. Never imagined that this would be you. This is crazy. You won't break me. Somehow I find someone who won't be like you. By the way,
My time has come.
Number 6.
You were never worth time wasted. Never imagined that this would be you. This is crazy. Oh no, you won't break me. Somehow someone who won't be like I will again. We two deserve each other. I can't believe you chose another.
Who comes up with that? All I wanted was you. I was wrong. Wow. And CPR with you. We are counting down the top 10 male freestyle artists of the decade. At number 10, the King Stevie B. At number 9, Alex Zuniga, Latin Nation. Number 8, Julio Mena, the Melody Monster. Number 7, George Lamond. And here's number 6 is Mr. NSR himself. It's Angel Mena. This is his brand new song, Broken Love, on the only countdown that matters.
I believe there's no doubt.
Clubhouse dance music.
Dance
music.
Dance
music.
Dance
music. Clubhouse dance music. Your number one source for everything freestyle. Number 6. Number 6.
Two lost souls living parallel lives, not knowing they
in freestyle in New England. And now, the world.
That concludes part one of the top 10 male freestyle artists of the decade. Number 10, Stevie B. Number 9, Alex Zuniga, Latin Nation. Number 8, Julio Mena. Number 7, George Lamond. And in the background, Angel Mena. And this is his brand new song, Broken Love. Talk to you soon.
I'll admit it was some time ago. I made the biggest mistake. I let my fears get the best of me. Let someone take your place. I know